Hi there, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you today? I hope you are always healthy, wherever you are, whatever you are doing now. I hope you are always healthy and always keep away from the virus and use your health protocol. Okay, we are now in educational psychology class, and today we are going to learn about learning motivation. Okay, please prepare your book, your notes, uh, your pencil, or your pen to take some necessary notes. And I'm about to share my material. Okay, here we go. We are going to learn about learning motivation, and this is the one of the most important material uh, subject matter in our educational psychology class. So let's start it. We start with the definition of the learning motivation. What is learning motivation? It is kind of circumstances or state that encourage behavior. Something, someone, a state, a circumstances that encourage behavior and provide behavior goals and generate consistent and relevant behavior. So it consists uh, 3 points. The first point is intensity. So uh, the more intensive the circumstances, it will make your motivation higher, and then it provides you behavior goals. It means it can direct your behavior to the goals that have been set, and then generate consistent and relevant behavior. It includes in persistency point. So we can imagine if you if you in motivated state and you have high motivation, if you have a high motivation, you will definitely have a certain goal that you want to achieve, and your behavior is all about to achieve your goal, and you do it consistently until you reach your goal, until you achieve your goal. Okay, I bet you can imagine that. And then, why learning motivation is important in our class in the educational psychology. Okay, based on research finding, we can understand that, as Atkinson said, that the success seeker represent higher motivation than those who are failure avoiders. If our student, most of our students are success seeker type of success seeker student, they will have better academic result than those who failure avoiders in the class, because uh, they want to be success, they want to win the challenge, they want to be the best in the class. But the failure avoiders, they they just avoid the failures. As long as I have an academic result, it is okay. And the main point is not to be fail. So uh, as a teacher, we want our student to be a success seeker in the class. And and in later research, uh, Uguroglu and Wolberg find that high learning motivation resulted high academic achievement and vice versa. It is obvious result that high learning motivation resulted academic achievement. Needless to say, and in the recent research, it is also found that learning motivation through digital learning reveals significantly positive effect in learning outcome. So from the research result, we can assume that learning motivation plays huge part in a student success, whether it is in academic or in non-academic area, but it is we are now talking about academic area. So, what is the factors? What is the determinant that makes learning motivation higher? So, we got first of all we got attitude. Attitude, the right attitude will make your learning motivation better. Positive attitude toward the goal will make your behavior relevant to your goal and makes you know what to do and know what to do. But in the other hand, negative attitude toward your goal, it will make you difficult to achieve your goal. So it is learning to keep in our mind, in your heart, in your mind, to be always have positive attitude so that it will guide you to the right goal that we have been set before. Okay, uh, the second determinant is need. Okay, it is important to say that need is appropriate determinants of learning motivation because people will always behave, will always move, will always have something to do to fulfill their needs. If you hungry, you need some food, so you got something to do to meet your hungriness. If you thirsty, so you have to yeah take some water and drink it to to avoid your thirstness. So this is obviously deter significant determinant about learning motivation. Student will have high motivation if they think they need it. If they don't think they need it, they will they won't have high learning motivation. Okay, and then stimuli. Stimulus is also a proper determinant of learning motivation. An appropriate stimulus, an exact stimulus, will guide student, will gain student perception, and will make they understand what uh, will make they understand it is important or not. it is okay or it is not okay. The right stimulus will makes will let student have higher learning motivation. And then affection. And affection is unnoticeably uh, a huge determinant of learning motivation. It is about like or dislike. If you like what you do, so you have high motivation to do it. But if you don't like what you do, it will difficult for you to do it to accomplish it. If I like if I like math, so I will enjoy to learn math. But if I dislike math, it will makes me difficult to learn math. So affection is something really important in learning motivation. So please be sure you and your student is always in positive affection toward the subject matter. And then competency. Okay, this is also something important. If your student think they can master your subject matter, they can achieve the goal, they will gain their motivation. But if they think they can't do it, they can't master it, so then they will earn less motivation. This is uh, competency or is all about. And then reinforcement. Okay, the right reinforcement will let us in the proper motivation. Okay, if I do right, if your student or if you if you've done something right with your examination, you your answers are correct, and then you got A for your final exam. The A score is the A level, the A grade you got is reinforcement of what you've done. But if you fail to answer the exam and then you got A grade E for your final exam, it is also reinforcement, a negative reinforcement, something you don't want to do it anymore in the future. So the proper reinforcement will gain high motivation to learn. Okay, there is a six determinant in learning motivation. Okay, and then from the determinant of learning motivation, and we have three major theory of learning motivation, and it is actually we have already talked about it in the determinants of learning motivation, but we will open our understanding for each theory. First of all, behavioral theory. The basic assumption of behavioral theory is the 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 reinforced behavior will more likely be repeated than those who are neither reinforced nor punished. Okay, uh, let's assume you are the teacher and you have some student in your class. Okay, if you are a teacher, you will be happy if your student doing something right, and you won't be happy if your student doing something wrong. Okay, so as a teacher, it is normal if you want your student to do something right, and when they do something wrong, you will uh, you will you will punish them. You will uh, you will warn them to do not let don't do it anymore in the future. So when we when we see our student doing something right, let's appreciate it. Let's give them reward. Let's give them positive reinforcement. But on the other hand, when when your student doing something wrong, and you don't want they do it anymore in the future, and then from the behavioral perspective, you have to give them negative reinforcement, such as warning, a verbal punishment, and maybe academic punishment, and maybe physical punishment, maybe maybe you give some homework for them, uh, to punish them. Maybe uh, maybe you maybe you give punishment that make them aware of their mistake, and they don't want to do it again in the future. From this behavioral theory, uh, we know and we should aware that reward and punishment is something needed when those are due. If if your student doing something right, reward them. But if your student doing something wrong, you have give them a proper punishment or negative behavior so that they won't do it anymore. That is behavioral theory. The second major theory is need theory. We already talked about it earlier. The basic assumption is need will drive one's behavior. Need will drive our behavior, and people will do something to fulfill their need. As I told you earlier, if we are hungry, we will we will do something to have some eat. When we exhausted, so we know what to do to heal our exhaustion. When you sleepy, it is needed. It is absolutely you are absolutely need to take some rest. Many things you don't have you don't have money, so you got something to do to gain money. You have to work. You have to you have something to do to earn your money. So it is all about need. The stronger need, okay, the later assumption, the stronger need determines stronger motivation. Okay, the more the hungrier you feel, so it is urge for you to get something to eat. Okay, more hungrier you are, it's, it is urge it is urgent for you to have something to eat. the more you need, the more, the more, the more you need to know each other. So you must do something to know each other. So uh, the intensity of the need determines the intensity of motivation. In in other in other words, the stronger need determines the stronger motivation, and vice versa. And uh, in the learning implication, we can state that student will be strongly motivated if they think the subject matter is something they need. Do they need math? If they think they need math, they will be motivated to learn about math. Do they need physics? If they think they need physics, they will be motivated to learn physics. If they if they think they need if they think they need to learn about painting, so they will absolutely motivated to learn how to make a good painting, something like that. So as a teacher, our job, our duty is to make the student to think they need about something. You need math, you need physics, you need painting, you need this, you need that. If you if if you don't learn about this, you will have problem in the future. If you don't master it, if you don't do it, I will your friend will leave you alone. So uh, as a teacher, we need to gain their awareness of their need. You need this, you need that. This is the need theory. So and the third major theory is achievement motivation theory. The basic assumption is achievement motivation is a willingness to succeed in everything they do. The higher motivation brings higher willingness to succeed. Okay, okay. I have some instance from the McClelland's research. He found that students with similar IQ level but different intensity in achievement motivation show significant different academic results. So they have they have they have the same IQ level, but they have different achievement motivation. The first one high achievement motivation, and the second one has low achievement motivation. So even though they have uh, the same intelligent quotient, but their achievement motivation distinguish their academic result. So, uh, so motivation in some extent is more important than intelligence. Maybe you are genius, but if you don't have achievement motivation, you got nothing to achieve. Maybe your friend is an average in intelligence, average intelligence, but he has high achievement motivation. So he 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 does this, he does that, and he does anything to achieve his goal. And the average intelligent one will be more succeed than your genius, but doing nothing. Ah, McClellan also found that it is important for us and our student for being a success seeker, not a failure avoider. Okay, because a success seeker, they they always try to give their best and to gain the best result. They don't want to be number two, number three, number four. No, they want to be in the top, in the first spot. But a failure avoider, they just want to avoid the fail situation. They don't want to be succeed. To avoid failure is their level of succeed. So they are nothing to do. They have nothing to do with succeed. They just failure avoider. So if your student is like a failure avoider, so as a teacher, you have to motivate them in every way. In whatever way you can motivate them, just do it. Please make them motivated with need theory, with behavioral theory, with other the other theory that may you measure it. That is the learning implication. You, as a teacher, motivates their student to being a success seeker, not a failure avoider. There is this the stand, the teacher stand in the achievement motivation theory. So it is obviously that we are as a teacher is also a motivator to our student, so that they become a motivated student, a success seeker student, not a failure avoider. That is our side job in class, not only to deliver the subject matter, to deliver the material, but also to motivate them to be a better student. I think that is what the achievement motivation theory is. So, okay, I have explained our subject matter today about learning motivation, and because this is not a synchronized class, you can ask me about the material and we can discuss it in the WhatsApp group. Please do not hesitate to ask the point you have already uh, you have already it in your hand to discuss in our group. Okay, student, thank you for your attention. That's all from for today, and we will see you later on. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.